I'm James Gordon from the Chocolate Bear Kitchen, and today we're going to be doing a sweet potato gnocchi recipe with an almost ratatouille type sauce. So to start off, we're going to make our gnocchi. I've got about 400 grams of sweet potato, so I've got some buckwheat flour here. I'm going to add about 100 grams to that. All the measurements and things will be on our website, www.thechocolatebearkitchen.com. We're going to add salt and pepper to the gnocchi, a little bit more salt. Mix that up. You're looking for a dough that isn't sticky, so you keep on going. The sweet potato has been cooled, so you can bake the sweet potato a day in advance, or if you've got the oven on in the morning or at some point, you can always just put it in the bottom of the oven, leave it for 45 minutes or so. You can also make this dough well in advance as well. Before I start rolling out the gnocchi, so we add just a bit of buckwheat flour there. Before we start, continue with this, I'm just going to get a pan, put some hot water in, tiny bit of salt in there. You can see this here is almost like a bread dough type feel. It's not sticking anymore. In fact, it's almost having difficulty when I'm folding it, sticking together. I can put it apart. So that's perfect. It's not too dry. When you get to this consistency, it's good to cut it into, or break it into manageable pieces. So there's your sweet potato dough. As well as gnocchi, these make really good flatbreads as well. If you roll them down, roll them quite thinly and cook them on a hot pan. I'm going to dust the surface with a little bit more flour. Take one of these and roll it into a sausage, probably around ½ inch thick. If it starts breaking, that's absolutely fine. You need a knife and you need a fork. You can go for a smaller knife. I'm going to cut them until they're about 1 inch long. And you can just push it with a fork if you wish, so you can have your gnocchi just like that. You can get gnocchi rollers. What I do, what I've been taught to do, is just to push it against the back of the fork, then kind of peel it together, so you have more of that shape. So if time is of the essence, then it is easy just to perhaps roll it out, then just push it with a fork, and then you can cut them down. And now we add our gnocchi to the pan. Be careful when you do this, obviously, as it is hot. So I go a handful at a time. If you put too much in, the water temperature is going to lower too quickly, and it will take a while to actually heat it up. So gnocchi goes in there. In the meantime, we can roll out the rest of the dough, and I'll show you the other way that you could do it. You still get the ridges in, and it may be easier if you want. So another way to do it is just to get a bit of flour on your fork, roll out your gnocchi like that, and then I go kind of side to side, just rock the fork on it. Our first batch is ready now, so we can take these out. That's cooked out the buckwheat flour. Of course, the sweet potato is cooked already. You can see it's holding its shape well. You can drain away any water. You can see at the backs it's getting water trapped in, which that's fine. That's what we want. That's where our sauce is going to be trapped. Put in the others. Again, like I said, put in about a handful at a time. And our next step is to make the ratatouille. So for our ratatouille, we've got a gnocchi cooling down there. For ratatouille, we're going to begin with onion and garlic. We're also going to put a bit of thyme in there too. We're going to start with half an onion, so we're just going to dice. Start the dicing that. We've got our pan heating up already. Going to add a bit of rapeseed oil. Our onion goes in there. You can hear the pan's not too hot, it's starting to sizzle as soon as you put it in. The next thing we're going to add is the garlic. So I've gone smoked garlic, so you can see that the cloves are almost cooked by the smoke down to the core. And the garlic goes in, just using one clove. In with the onion. We've got yellow pepper, of which we're going to be using, it's only a couple of portions that we're doing. Our peppers go in there, starting to get the smoked garlic through. We've got courgette and aubergine as well. So in the small cubes, again, so I'm just going to dice it. So that's just enough time for us to start thinking about stirring it. And we've got a bit of aubergine too. So with the aubergine, I'm going to slice it into discs. We're just going to add three discs. Just so, I mean, you don't have to. It's just so everything's kept quite uniform. Aubergine goes in. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more oil in there. Got some thyme here as well. I'm reaching for the soft bits down here. So there's some kind of harder stalks. Go for the soft bits. You can either put it on the board or if you've got a sharp knife. Just going to chop it up. We've said it's nice and fine anyway. It's not the woody stalks of it. It's just the tips. So our baby thumb tomatoes. You can use passata at this stage if you're looking to go really quick. You can just use passata. I tend to cut a few, but what you can do is just almost squeeze them and pop them. And ideally what I would do is I would leave this to sit on a really low heat, put a lid on it. I'm going to add a tiny bit of water just to create a bit more steam. Just so the heat in the pan is circulating all the way through. Our next utensil is going to be a potato masher. It would be easy just to tip it straight into a blender, and then you've got your tomato sauce and you can cook it out a little bit. I'm just going to mash it so we really get those juices coming from the tomatoes. And I want those vegetables to be almost quite firm because the gnocchi is going to provide this really nice soft, squishy texture. So the vegetables that are in there are going to be what gives this dish a bit more texture. So we've got our sauce that's had what is a very, very thick sauce which has been there for 5-10 minutes. You can see the vegetables are nicely diced, they're cooked now. You've got some tomatoes that are quite quite whole still, but also a little bit of liquid coming out. And add a bit of salt and pepper. Give that a taste. That's good enough for me now. That's the kind of consistency I want. You've got kind of a bit of thickened sauce coming out the bottom. This pan here is now hot. I'm going to add a tiny bit of oil and our gnocchi. You can see in ours we've got two different shapes of gnocchi because, of course, we showed you two different ways of doing it. You can see they're just starting to go a little bit kind of darker and caramelised on the edges. With our bowl, just to the bottom of the bowl, first of all. Add some to our gnocchi. Again, this is a very homely dish. If you wanted to serve it with any kind of meat, go really nicely with some pulled lamb or something like that. If you wanted to keep it vegan, how it is, then do so. If you wanted to add a bit of cheese on top, then that's absolutely fine. Could finish it with some fresh herbs or something, but I think that's a good enough dish. So that's our sweet potato gnocchi with a tomato, aubergine, courgette, almost ratatouille.